What's up guys, my name is Jacob5 and welcome back to the episode of the Player Career Mode. Before we get into things, we'd much appreciate it if you're able to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. And in terms of all my socials, all linked down below, so you'll never miss an update with the channel. We start off today's episode with a game in the Champions League against Young Boys. We actually go off to a decent start there, as you can see, getting another 3 points added to the group stage. And it seems to be that we had a good performance also, and it was a decent simulation, that has to be said. And another good bit of news is that we have been chosen once again to be called up for England in some friendlies. I'm pretty sure they're friendlies. They don't actually specify. Yes, international friendlies. There you go. Against Romania and Finland, I'm pretty sure. That's a very intriguing lot to play against, and we're going to be very excited to do that. But before we do that, we do have a game in the Liga, and it's going to be a first simulation so we have before our internationals, and then we have another win, 4-1 in the end. 2 goals there for Berardi and 2 goals for ourselves, seeming to be that we're kicking off the episode very nicely here with 2 good simulations. But this is the first game of the episode, and I'd just like to see who actually got called up there. And it's a decent England squad, to be honest. It's a little bit different to what you'd probably see in real life, but let's get into this game and let's see what happens. Not really knowing what to expect in this side, to be honest. I know Finland have actually got a few decent players themselves. Teemu Pukki, I think they've got a very good keeper that plays at Leverkusen. But yeah, I'm not really too affiliated with the team at Finland, but I feel like we can get the job done nevertheless, no matter who the opponent is. This is what we need to achieve: a 7 rating, 2 passes in the opponent half, and 55% possession. Come on then, let's get into this, and let's see if we can achieve that, and let's see if we can have a good few games as an England shirt then, as we kick things off here in Finland. They're looking for a decent start here. Saka's played in on the right-hand side. He plays it straight in down the middle there as we look to try and see if we can evaluate the options to be able to kind of proceed ourselves going forward. And we just drag ourselves right, but we do really well getting the cross in. It's not really followed up by anything, but on the outside there, Gallagher picks it up. He finds Mason Mount then with a decent opportunity. And look at that for a first goal. We've already found the back of the net to make it 1-0. First blood to England then, as we make a complete rapid start, and that's exactly what I needed, that is for sure. A decent goal on our 3rd game for England, so that's our 3rd cap, bearing in mind that we've obviously had 2 caps because we've been called up previously, but this is the 2nd time running we're being called up. Mount plays us in really well, and we just take a few touches and just bounce it on the right foot. Keep having no chance with that one. It's a lot of power, a lot of precision. Defenders not really closing the gap whatsoever, and England are now 1-0 up. 17 minutes into the game, Finland plays passing it about themselves here. As you can see, his Forces on the ball, playing on the right hand side then to Palars. He does well, to be honest, charging forward. As you can see, his white shirt's trying to offer a lot of support. Ben White getting stuck in though, and he wins the challenge nicely here, kind of getting stuck in 2 occasions there. And now we go on the attack ourselves. Options being on the left hand side there, as you can see, as Phil Foden's being played in. He drags himself a little bit too wide as he cuts in on the right, and he plays us in. His shot was blocked, and Mason Mount has a decent opportunity, but there was just wide then. Very good opportunity, as I say, but the score still stays 1-0 then, as the keeper gets it kicked off then, as you can see, as we look to try and see if we can win the battle in the middle of the park. And we do exactly that here. Phil Foden picks it up, finding his teammate Conor Gallagher here as he looks to assess his options, tries to play in Saka, but he doesn't. We win the ball back off the finished defence there, as you can see, as we win the ball back onto Gallagher. Gallagher plays it back just to be safe of that, as you can see, but it seems to work in our favour as Declan Rice put on to Saka, and Mason Mount has finally got his goal to make it 2-0 then. He had a first opportunity in that early on in the first half, but he's now grabbed his second chance, and unfortunately for Finland, they are now 2-0 down. So we've made a very good start to life in this international friendly. This is exactly what we wanted. Obviously they're friendlies, it doesn't really mean much apart from just obviously if you win. It doesn't mean in terms of you get any points, any qualification, but it's a case of building you up for them tournaments ahead, and we're definitely doing it in the right way, that is for sure. Very good goal, I have to say. Nice bit of builder play at the same time, and it seems to be that we are absolutely romping this friendly, and this is exactly how we would like it to plan out. 28 minutes into the first half, we're really cruising, to be honest. 2-0 up, we know what we need to do, and that's get more goals. Ben White plays us in here as he looks to try and play it off the left hand side as Phil Foden picks it up. Nice chesty down here, as you can see. I thought that was originally a foul, but the referee has got no interest in giving it here as Tyreek Mitchell picks up the play. He tries to play us in as he does, but unfortunately now we lose the play, and as Finland like to try and see if they can do something for themselves here. Difficult for them to do so as Declan Rice intervenes here, and they look to try and see if we can go on the attack. Red shirts offering support. One of them is Saka, and Saka has found the back of the net to make it 3-0 then, as we find ourselves absolutely cruising in this friendly tie. Saka was in an open bit of space, unmarked, and he does what he does best, and that's what he does. Put it into the back of the net. Very cool cool and calm and collected finish at the same time. He takes his time. He knows that he can kind of sort his feet out and at the same time align his body to be able to get it into the top corner. And he has done exactly that. Really good finish. And this keeper is probably sick of the sight of this England team so far. But we are loving life here at Finland. And that will be that for that one. As you can see, about 10 minutes left of this tie. Really difficult for Finland to get themselves anywhere near back into it, even if it were to be a consolation goal, because they just look down and out, to be honest, and look for another opportunity here as Phil Foden plays in the left-hand side. He finds Tyreek Mitchell doing an overlap as he puts it back onto Foden. Saka has a shot blocked very close there, as you can see, as it goes out for a corner kick, but it still stays 3-0. 39 minutes being played now, as you can see, and we're still really cruising, to be honest, having a lot of possession, having a lot of shots, and this is another opportunity here as we look to try and get a shot off on goal, but the keeper saves on this occasion there. It looked to go out for a corner, but it doesn't, as the defence keeps it in, luckily, but unfortunately for themselves, they lose possession straight away as they look to clear it, but they pick it back up in the middle of the park, seeming to be that we look to try and get something off here as we look to get the shot, and this time we do get the goal. They're making it 4-0, 2 goals to our name in this tie, and we're definitely loving life here as an England international, that is for sure, as we celebrate in front of the away fans. The Finland fans look to see enough as they head for the turnstiles, but we are absolutely loving it, that is for sure. Skipping past the defender really nicely as we take a few extra touches there and just bang it on the right foot. Couldn't do any more in that instance, and we've done exactly what we needed to do, and that is find the back of the net. Really, really easy stuff for us, and we are absolutely cruising, as I mentioned. But as we hit the first half, then as we look to see our objectives that we have completed already, as we have a 10 rating, 6 passes, and the possession looks to be that we are on par for all 3 objectives to be completed for the manager rating. Into the second half we go. We don't really need to proceed in any sort of means in going forward or anything like that. We can sit back, we can relax, we could probably put on a different few substitutions compared to what Southgate would normally do. But as we continue on in the 55th minute there, as you can see, we lose the ball, but we pick it straight back up as Tyreek Mitchell plays it on the left hand side. Tries to get the ball played on the left, but he's not as successful here, as you can see, as Finland pick up back in possession in the middle of the park. Looking to charge forward now, as you can see, as they look to play one of their teammates, Palas. He does well, to be honest, holding the ball up, and he seems to be able to get the ball into the box nicely, but doesn't really do anything with it at the same time. Just on the edge of the area, seeming to be that they just have an opportunity there, but they just don't take it. Once again, though, we lose possession here, and Finland have surely got a chance here as they play it into the middle. Timu Pukki with the man with the shot there, but it just grazes past the side netting, and it still stays 4-0. We reach the half an hour mark now, and we seem to be that we just let off the back gas in terms of being able to go forward and everything else. Not really possessing any sort of attacking moving, but as you can see, Saka's being played in on the right hand side. A heavy touch here, but unfortunately just loses the ball straight away, finding Almo, the Finland midfielder there, charging forward himself. Finland not really offering much support as he has to play it back, and unfortunately loses it to Mason Mount, who picks it out on the left hand side. Phil Foden now looking for a run as he places him really nicely here, and run for a hat-trick ourselves, but the shot is blocked. Goes out to Conor Gallagher. He looks to take the shot, but he can't. Now on the right hand side to Ben White. Surely now Gallagher, but he just can't get enough on the shot there. Keeper making a very good save, and it goes out for a corner kick. Goal kick in the end after the corner. Didn't really amount to anything there as the goal kick's whipped out in the middle of the park, trying to see if they can win the header, and they do exactly that, but they have to push themselves back here, a lot of pressure at the same time. Really hard for them to do anything here as Phil Foden picks it up in a decent bit of space. As you can see, offering support here as we dink it into the middle of the park. Saka is there. Saka can't get enough on it. How he did miss that, I'm not too sure. It was a really good opportunity for Saka, but he just doesn't really make the most of it, and it's still stays 4-0 there. Literally about 6 minutes left in this tie. Looking for that hat-trick, but I'm not too sure if it's going to come. This is a perfect opportunity, but the shot is blocked, and one man to pick it up was James Maddison. Very happy for him though, nevertheless. Hat-trick isn't the end of the world. It's one of those. We at least scored 2 goals and we contributed in the best way possible, and James Maddison has got on the score sheet. Followed it up after a rebound. To be honest, we was unlucky not to really get the shot off in the most perfect condition possible. Unfortunately, the defender blocked, but lucky for ourselves, it just fell out to James Maddison. He was in a decent bit of space. He knew what he had to do. He takes a touch on his right foot and he absolutely belts it into the bottom corner, leaving the keeper absolutely no chance of getting to that one whatsoever. And it is full time here in Finland. 5-0 in the end. Very good performance from the boys, I have to say. Couldn't do any more apart from getting that final goal to be able to make up the hat-trick. It's definitely coming in an England shirt, but just not yet, unfortunately. But yeah, we definitely had a decent bit of play. Really happy with that. Seeming to be that we are absolutely pushing on to something great here in an England shirt. And this is what we did in the end. 10 rating, 94 minutes played, 2 goals in the end, 6 shots on target and 1 assist. And we had a 10 rating, 11 tackling passes. We was just 3% off of the possession ratings. Not bad in the end. Very good first performance, and hope there's a bigger and better things here in our international games. Our second game that we're playing is another international friendly. This is our last international friendly that we'll be playing. It's at Wembley Stadium against Romania. Another chance to be able to show ourselves in terms of being able to kind of prove what we can do. And this is exactly definitely the best place to put it in terms of being able to kind of possess our decent performances. 7 rating. Again, we need an assist and we need 2 passes in the opponent's half. I feel that's achievable. Let's get into things and let's see how it all plans out. Knowing that Romania aren't the strongest of sides, we look to try and see if we can start this game nice and quickly, especially being at home. It takes us a little while though, 25 minutes into the time. We look to create something for ourselves here as Conor Gallagher places in on the right hand side. Having to do a lot of work still from this position here as we look to drag ourselves into the box here, and we do well to do so. Opportunity lies for Willock here as he tries to get the shot off, but he can't. A poor touch, finds himself losing the ball as the defenders pick up the pace here, as you can see, but Dries James getting stuck in on that occasion, finding ourselves in a decent bit of space here as we look to try and see if we can get the shot off in front of goal, but we don't. We put it onto Jadon Sancho there, very good chance, but he just saves it there, putting it onto the defender, and it went out for a corner kick. But yeah, it's been a very slow start to this first half. In all honesty, this is definitely not what we expected. Definitely started better in the Finland game, and we kind of built on that at the same time, but we haven't really got going in this tie. Whether it's through a bit of fatigue, I'm not too sure, but it seems to be very difficult for us to get anything out of this game so far, especially only being 0-0 in the 35th minute. But we will continue, and we will stride on to hopefully be able to kind of see if we can build on this here. As you can see, Romania looking to push forward here as they look to get an opportunity in the box. Really good chance here, but Dries James deal with it really nicely, and it looked to be able to go out for a corner, but it seems to be a goal kick, and that will be the end of that attack. 40th minute now, we've got 5 minutes left of this first half. Been a real poor first half of either side, to be honest. Nothing really happened, but Conor Gallagher once again places it on the right hand side, looking to make a run here as offering support in the white shirts. As you can see, Joe Willock sticks the hand out as he looks to try and see if we get him in support. We pass it on to Willock, and Willock gets the goal. It's 1-0 then, and we've finally broken the deadlock here in England, and this is a very good opportunity now to build on this and hopefully make it a little bit more of an exciting game for yourself as the viewers, and definitely for myself who's playing it. Very good goal though from Joe Willock. I'm pretty sure that's his first international game that he's been able to get a goal. We just run ourselves into the box knowing that he's free at the same time. Simply took a tap in as he put it from his right to the left, and he belts it into the top corner. Very well taken at the same time, and England are now 1-0 up against Romania. Chance for Romania after restart to be able to see if they can build on something and be able to kind of start it off nice and quickly, and they seem to be able to do so here as Morata looks to try and see if he can create something for himself, putting it onto his teammate, but Lega picks it up, but he just doesn't run into that gap. He seems to be able to shy off the opportunity as he plays it on the flank there. As you can see, as Mania looks to try and see if he could do something, but Luke Shaw gets stuck in this time round, and it goes into a corner kick then as they whip it into the box. Seems to be dealt with, but it falls back out to Romania player on the outside of the area, pumped back into the box. Really good save by Jordan Pickford, and that is the best chance that we have seen all game for Romania, that is for sure. Haven't really done anything so far, but it seems to be they've been brought to light with a few opportunities, and it seems to be that first goal has really given that G up to be able to get back into this side. And another opportunity there, as you can see, Shaw clearing the header as Pickford picks up the ball in the end. That was very, very close, I have to say. But the end of the first half, in the end, I wouldn't say it's the best of the first half, I wouldn't say it's the worst. We won the up at the end of the day, which is an opportunity to be able to build on that, but at the same time I feel like we could be doing much better. But Joe Willock is the man to be spoken about in this first half, that is for sure. 1 goal, and England are 1-0 up in the first half against Romania. Into the second half, we now go and looking for a better second half compared to the first, that is for sure. Joe Willock plays in field, Luke Shaw on the left hand side, and as you can see, Sancho picks it up as he kind of drags himself back there. For whatever reason, he's actually in the left back role. Seems to be they swap positions for the moment in time, but as you can see, a decent pass being made. We run ourselves into the gap for an opportunity to be created, but it just wasn't enough to be able to test the keeper on that occasion, and it just strays wide then. 53 minutes into the tie, the goalkeeper tries to see if he can get the ball back up into the pitch and see if Romania can do something as Esbury Konza clears his lines, but only as far as the middle of the park there where Romania are, and they're looking to try to see if they can do something with it here as they play it on the right hand side. Mania looks to make a run here. The number 4 for Romania is charging forward, causing some problems for the England defence here as they look to try and see if they can get the ball into the box and cause an issue here, but it seems to be difficult as Joe Willock deals with it really nicely here. Luke Shaw picks it up as he finds Jadon Sancho as Sancho offloads it on the left hand side. Decent ball being made here as we look to try and see if we can run into that gap being made as the defence is split apart. We find ourselves in a perfect opportunity to get the shot off, but the keeper does really, really well on that occasion. Very good save, I have to say, and it still stays 1-0. 77 minutes into the tie. It's been such a poor second half at the same time, to be honest. It just seems one of those games. It seems really flat. It just seems really effortless, but at the same time, we can't have it all at the same time. It's just one of those. We're not going to have the best of games all the time, but a chance there for Romania, as you can see, as Jordan Pickford makes a big save. But yeah, some games you're going to be at the races, and other games you're not. But I felt like this was the best opportunity to make a sub, and we are going to be coming off the pitch then for Dominic Solanke. A decent game game in the end. We got an assist. I wouldn't say it's of our best of games, but we're definitely competing in a decent manner. And unfortunately, that will be it for ourselves, as it will finish in the end as we simulate this game, as we look to try and see if we can see out this result and get the win. And yes, we can. 1-0 in the end. Decent result. And we will move on to our La Liga duties for Barcelona. This is a massive tie for us against Atletico Madrid. A very, very big game, I have to say. Both sides will want to win this. There's a big rivalry between the two. But hopefully we can come on top and get this victory that we would love to be able to get another 3 points on the board. And as you can see, looking at the objectives, we need 7.5 rating. We need 1 assist on goal. And we need 4 passes completed in the opponent's half. I think that's achievable. Let's get into this then and see how it all plans out. Into the first half of play we go then, as we look to try and see if we can start this first half nice and quickly. To be honest, we know the opposition are going to be coming at us at all barrels, in all honesty. We know they're a good side and we need to put up a fight. And as you can see, Romeo makes a decent win there on the left hand side as Ferran Torres plays us in. We drag ourselves wide, but we seem to offer a lot of pace at the same time as we cut in on the right. Do really well to get into position that we do, and unfortunately the shot was blocked from Gundogan. Ferran Torres now picks it up, finding Gundogan once again as we look to try and see if we get the shot. We do, but it just deflects then. That wasn't the best of shots, but it seems to deflect and it does go out for a corner kick. So close in the end. I was really unlucky to be able to have that at the same time for Atletico Madrid, but we'll definitely take it as a poor shot. But we seem to have won a corner whipped in then as Berardi wins the header, but I'm nothing really done with it at the same time. Atletico look to clear their lines here, as you can see, and they do exactly that. And as you can see, it's really hard to be able to get on the ball as Ferran Torres picks it up on the left hand side. A doggy plays it into the middle, finding Gundogan. As a perfect opportunity lies there, but it just strays wide. Very good opportunity to take there, but we just don't really seem to be able to put it in our hands, and it still stays 0-0. Good start to this first half. In all honesty, we've definitely started off the 2 stronger, but hopefully we can build on that and be able to get that first goal that we need. But it seems to be that we're going to come under some pressure here, as Saul plays his teammate in nicely. Araujo deals with it after the keeper makes a very good save. Big save made by De Stegen. Still means to be though that we're in possession here, so Saul picks it up on the left hand side. Really hard to do anything here as he finds his teammate Gallion. He's pushed off the ball as the referee does give a free kick. He doesn't like the look of that one, and it will be a free kick to Atletico then, as they have a chance to be able to whip the ball into the box and create something for themselves. So very good a position to be in as Griezmann whips the ball in. The ex-Barcelona man whips it in, and one man that does get onto it is Koke, the veteran for Atletico Madrid. Has found themselves 1-0 up then. Not exactly ideal, that is for sure, but Koke will be taking that any time of the day. Very good goal, very good ball into the box in itself, and he just latches onto it, finding himself in a decent area, and the keeper has absolutely no chance of getting to that one whatsoever. And Atletico have now found themselves 1-0 up in this tie. Didn't expect that one after we started the tie. Definitely stronger in the end, but that's just how football goes sometimes. You have to take your chances, and that's definitely what Atletico have done, and they are now 1-0 up. 18 minutes into the tie, we still got a lot of momentum behind ourselves, even though we had that 1 goal conceded to us, and it was a little bit deflating. At the same time, we're on the pressure to be able to kind of win the ball back and try and see if we can do anything. Advantage being played as we try and win the ball here. We're kind of lashing out at the same time. Need to be careful, as we probably will be issued a yellow card early on, unfortunately, as Atletico look to try and see if they can create something themselves once again on the right hand side here. As you can see, Bernardo looking to try and see if he can create something for himself, as green shirts are offering a lot of support at the same time. Hard for him to get the ball off though, as Barcelona making it hard at the same time. They get the ball into the box, and Saul does really well, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, as it just hits the side netting. And as I say, I'm pretty sure that was going to be a yellow card, and yes it was, and it was a goal kick in the end after Saul hit the side netting there, as we play it out on the left hand side to Ndoggy, and Ndoggy looks to be able to be quick with it at the same time, trying to be precise. He plays it into Romeo then. Ferran Torres picks it up, dragging himself back, and Ndoggy making the overlap, but nothing was changed there, as Ferran Torres now picks it up on the left hand side, charging forward, finding ourselves in a decent bit of space. We run into the gap perfectly. How the ball wasn't taken off at us at the same time, I'm not too sure. Lovely bit of skills. We run into the box, and it will be a penalty, and unfortunately for Atletico, they have conceded a penalty, and we do have a chance to be able to convert from the kick spot. Not too sure who actually is the penalty taker. Hermoso is the man that was the culprit in terms of defending, and it will be ourselves. So our penalties seem to be high enough. I know they weren't at Ajax, but it seems to be they will in Barcelona. I haven't seen a penalty yet. This is the first penalty of the season. It's been given to myself. A lot of nerves, a lot of things running through the head of JD Cook, but he dinked it down the middle. Cool, calm and collected, that is for sure. He's got some cheek to be able to do that at the same time, and we are now level in this game, 26 minutes into the tie, and we have finally got ourselves back into it. Didn't take too long in the end, to be honest. We were definitely the better team out of the two. We just needed to prove it at the same time. Lucky we was able to get the penalty after a decent effort running to the box, and that is a very well taken penalty, that has to be said. Just dinking it down the middle, keeper's being sent the wrong way, and it's now 1-1 in this tie. 34 minutes into this first half, both sides have scored, both sides have proven to be very dangerous on the attack, and now we've got a chance here as Fran Torres plays it back to Romeo here, and we're looking to be able to pass it back really nicely. One touch passing kind of theme going wrong as Doggy plays it around the left hand side, looking for an opportunity to put into the box here, as Doggy does well at the same time, trying to offload it. As you can see, he's battering Molina. Molina will concede a corner kick then as we have a chance from the corner. Berardi, wearing the captain's armband today, is looking to take the corner himself and look to be able to offer something for his side. Decent ball whipped in there, and we try and win the header. Kuende does, but it just wasn't enough to be able to trouble Oblak in a way of getting past him. They're very good saves. Goes out for another corner kick then. Corner whipped into the box. Berardi with a short delivery this time, and compared to being deep on the first one, unfortunately nothing to amount to the short delivery as Fran Torres picks it up on the left hand side, finding Gundogan there, but the ball is playing back to him there, as you can see, as he plays it back to Romeo. Now as you can see, we're just playing it back to be able to switch the sides at the same time. Now we find ourselves on the right hand side. Cancelo finds De Jong. Now we try to turn past the defenders, it finding very hard to do so at the same time as Atletico win back possession themselves and go on the attack here. As you can see, Armando Broja looks to be able to pick it up, and he finds his teammate Gallen really nicely at the same time. On the charge, Atletico go here as they play it back onto his teammate Koke. Koke, the goal scorer, looking to be able to put it onto Gallen. He does exactly that to get the shot off, but it just wasn't enough there to get it into the back of the net. Then very good opportunity, but it wasn't enough, and that's the end of the first half. 6.8 rating at the moment, no assists on goal, and currently 3 passes in the opponent's half. Could be better, could be worse. Glad that it's still only 1-1, and we've definitely got a lot to do in this second half then as we start things off really quickly here, but unfortunately we lose the ball straight away, and Doggy seems to pick up the pieces on the left hand side but loses it straight away himself here. Very sloppy play from the Barcelona defence here as Atletico look on the charge themselves and be able to get that goal back that they really would like, to be honest, and get them 3 points that would matter so much from this tie. That is for sure, but it would mean even more for us as we try and cement our place at the top of the Liga, and hopefully we're able to do that. As you can see, some dodgy being played at the back here, and Araujo nearly loses it at the same time. The actual striker does actually get the shot off there. Keeper on his toes on this occasion though, unfortunately for themselves. They do save it, and we still stay 1-1 then. Very close at the moment. Unfortunately, decisions like that, when you make them, they mess up. It can really come back to bite you in some sort of these games. There's a lot of players with a lot of class, and if you do make the mistakes, there's definitely people to be able to kind of take upon that and make the most of them as possible though. As you can see, we've reached the half an hour mark now. Both sides have still got a lot of chances, but in this second half it seems to be Atletico Madrid proving to be the one that have got chances themselves. As you can see though, on the left hand side we pick it out and we look to try and see if we can create something fast for ourselves once again, offering a lot of support, a lot of players at the same time, but finding them as difficulty, and we seem to go on our own here. What a great bit of skill and run that was at the same time. We get into the box there, very good opportunity, but Oblak saves there as it kind of parries it initially there, looking to go out for a corner, but he just latches onto it there, claiming it and getting it out for a goal kick. Then 72 minutes being played, about 20 odd minutes left in this tie. Still really a lot of time to play for in some aspects, but we need to take our chances at any given time, that is for sure. A Doggy's played in on the left hand side, looking for an opportunity now, and Doggy whips it in, deep delivery. Berardi meets the header, nothing really troubles him whatsoever, and it will be still 1-1 then. 15 minutes left of this tie as Oblak looks to be able to clear his lines and throw it into the middle of the park, and he does exactly that here, finding Saul. He puts it onto Broja. Broja looks to do something here as he plays it on the left hand side to his teammate Gavilan, as he looks to try and see if he can get the ball into the box here. Real good opportunity for Atletico as they drive in numbers, and it seems to be very dangerous for them as Broja tries to get the shot off, but he can't, because one man that was able to do so was Bernardo Silva, as he finds the back of the net to make it 2-1 for Atletico Madrid. 77 minutes being played, about 14 minutes left in this tie, and we find ourselves 2-1 down. Not ideal, that is for sure. Finding it very difficult to be able to get back into this game now with only a 1-goal advantage from Atletico. Not ideal, as I say. I'd have probably taken the point at some point in time, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case because Atletico look to be claiming all 3 so far. They're 2-1 up. Can we make a difference though? Can we get that goal that really claims it in terms of being a point? I'm not too sure, but as you can see, we get a long free kick here playing De Jong. We put onto Rafinha, and look at that. The defenders are nowhere to be seen, and just like that we find the back of the net to make it 2-2. About 8 minutes or so after, we got a long free kick here, and the gap just seemed to be open, and we just ran into it, and we found the back of the net. A very good effort on the Trivela. How that happened, I'm not too sure. Very good bit of play at the same time, sort of a training ground regime, but I'm very happy with that one. At least we should be claiming a point. I mean, we still got a little bit of time to go, but surely nothing else is going to change in this tie. What a hit that was on the right foot. Keeper's been absolutely immaculate for Atletico Madrid in this tie, but it wasn't going to be on this time on the occasion because they have conceded once again, and it is now 2-2. Then Atletico get themselves started once again as they look to try and see if they can create something nice and quick. Caught us off guard any sort of point in that time, but as you can see, we concede a foul, but we've already been booked at the same time. Have to be on our toes now, as you can see, as they've got a free kick to be able to whip whip into the box and create something for themselves here as the ball is whipped in. Brozier wins the header and it nestles off the post. How that didn't go in, I'm not too sure. Armando Brozier is probably wondering the same thing. Brilliant opportunity there as he's taken it perfectly. Not much else he can do apart from put it back in the net. And unfortunately, Armando Brozier will be unhappy with his efforts. In the end, I'd say 2-2 is pretty fair. I feel like both chances were kind of came to both sides. We could have both taken the game. Unfortunately, it just seemed to be that at the end, Atletico might have had that edge, but they just couldn't convert. 8.7 rating in the end, 91 minutes being played, 2 goals and 4 shots on target, leading to a 40% conversion rate. Good enough in the end. At least we got a point, and at least we got 2 goals for ourselves, and the rating and passes were completed, just wasn't to be for our assists. At the end of the episode, we normally show the table, but I thought it would be nice to be able to show us the goal tally at the same time. We seem to have 12 apps for Barcelona then, and then you got 19 goals in the end. So we're doing really well, and obviously we've got the friendly matches that we've competed in at the same time. Doing well for our club and our country, so we're definitely achieving a lot of things as a player as of the moment, and we're definitely hitting the heights that we need to hit. This is a table as things stand, and as you can see, we played 10, we won 7, we've drawn 2, and we've lost 1. Currently sitting on 23 points there compared to Real Madrid's 21, and it's very tight up that top of the table then. There's not a lot of points that really separate it. 6 points from 1st to 8, very much all to play for with the first 10 games being played, and it is very intriguing, that is for sure. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this particular episode. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers. Thank you.